Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know?
Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Raquel.
I'm Jacob.
And this is
Don't You Know?
I almost said Don't You Draw just because we just finished Don't You Draw.
You know, we had to do that take 2 because of the messed up intro, and I actually said Don't You Know on mine, so...
Oh, dang, they're gonna be like, what?
The second one was Don't You Draw. Anyway, welcome to Don't You Know. You're in the right place.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna do a really quick show. I know we keep saying that every single time. Maybe we should just not even bother saying it.
We just have a really quick podcast, and we're just gonna say, we're gonna have a really long one today.
You guys know how long it is based off what the time you see. We don't need to tell you.
Yeah, it's true. I clicked play. It's not live. You're not fooling anyone.
Okay, so quick updates. Virginia is way in the lead. And we are going to be adding some new ways to listen to us.
Cool.
We will be adding TuneIn and Google Podcast, Pandora,
I love
and I
Pandora.
think one more, and I can't think of what the other one is. But we should be able to, so 4 different places, you should be able to pick us out. We submitted it, and so we're just being reviewed for those places.
Will we get to upload previous episodes?
Yeah, it just takes, so basically what it does is it goes through Podbean and takes the feed and basically upload all the episodes.
That will be fun. So when you listen to like on Spotify, does that route back to Podbean as well?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's all hosted on one place. Nice.
I don't get how many followers we have on Spotify and stuff like that, but every time someone downloads, like, well, listens to or whatever, I get, like, a number from that.
I gotcha.
Of all the people we've listened to, I get a percentage of how many, what the percentage of Spotify is, what the percentage of Apple and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Hey, tell you what, I'll do a plug for our podcast on my next video.
There you go.
I've got like 40 subscribers, which isn't much, but I've worked hard for them, and I love them all.
Okay, and then updates from me. Let's see here. I don't really have anything going on in my life, media-wise. I've been watching the new season of 7 Deadly Sins. I had to go back and rewatch the second season, or third season, before watching this season, because I started to watch it, and then I was like, I don't actually understand what's going on. And decided to go back and watch the last season. And that's it for me. What's going on with you?
I mentioned Shameless last episode. I went back and started watching, we went back and started watching season 1 again, and it's a much different show. The people are worse, but I think the storytelling's better. But it's a brutal show. I don't know. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but it is kind of fun. Other than that, I've been starting watching a stream of Metal Gear Solid 5, which has been a lot of fun to watch. Sips was playing through that. Super classic game. I beat Metal Gear Solid 2, so 5 is a little different, more modern.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, mostly housework stuff. We've painted my hallways, we've painted the VR room that I'm sitting in, and also one of the bedrooms, not the master bedroom, has a green wall now, which is pretty cool. So, very busy with that. Bought a shelf, doing grown-up stuff, and nothing too much. Been a busy week, but most of it's just been like a lot of time spent on a few things. I feel like I watched something else, but I don't remember. If I remember, I'll be like, oh, that's the thing. It'll be exciting.
Okay. Are you ready to do the get started on our topic?
Let's do the outro and then go into the topic. No, that's dumb. I'm just joking.
I was so confused. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Long moment of staring at you going, what is he talking about?
Well, you gotta keep up.
Okay. Well, speaking of keeping up, our topic is slang.
Alright.
Which you gotta keep up with, or else all those young whippersnappers are gonna confuse you with their complicated language.
Come on, you jabroni.
This might age us a little bit, but it might not.
I don't feel like an expert in this field. Not anymore.
I don't either.
It comes and goes. Alright, don't you know, you gotta be up to date. If you're gonna use the trendy stuff, you can't just be using stuff from like, well, it depends. Oh, this is a hard one going in now. I thought I had it, don't you know?
I do agree. You should... Okay. Don't you know, if you're going to try to use a younger slang term than what your generation is, make sure it's an up-to-date one. Or that you're at least saying the slang term to the right generation.
Yeah.
Like, don't be trying to talk to someone super young and using, like, younger slang term, but it's still older than them, because then you just look like an old person that's attempting to try to
go up to some kid and you're like, YOLO, and they're like, what?
And see, you could still say YOLO.
Yeah, I think YOLO
to people of your own people, like, to our generation.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense.
Right.
That's something that we used to say in our generation. Yeah. But I'm saying, I'm trying to think of something that is out of date now, but is still younger than our generation, and I can't think of anything at this moment, though.
Wow, well researched going into this one.
Well, okay, so what we're probably going to be doing for most of it is we're going to probably do a little bit of Don't You Knows and discussion, not really many. Maybe we'll do one more discussion. And basically, I sent out a post on Facebook, and I had some people comment. Basically, I said, give me some slang terms that you think I wouldn't know. And so I'm going to pick up some of the ones that I don't know. We're going to put it in Inver Dictionary and see what it says.
Bet.
Then we're going to look at some of the Urban Dictionary trending, and we're going to read off some of those.
Okay, now, I have to throw out that Urban Dictionary is like... there are things in Urban Dictionary that they very confidently list that I have never heard anyone say. A lot of things on Urban Dictionary that I've never heard anyone say.
That's what we're gonna do, trending!
When they trend, like, how trendy are these? Like, are these things we would really have heard of? Or are these like, oh yeah, sure, they're trending, people say them somewhere?
I think trending is what people look up the most.
Oh, okay.
On.
Alright, fair enough. We already decided to censor the word of the day, which is dude.
Yeah. We're gonna look up some of the trending ones, but if they're inappropriate, we will not be posting those, or saying those, or at least not purposely. So, let's see, we already did a Don't You Know. Shall we do a quick discussion and get into that?
Yeah, did you have one in mind? Because I have one.
Go ahead, you go.
Where do you get your slang? Do you hear it from friends? Do you look it up online? Do you see it in the comments section? Antiquated TV shows?
Probably most of my slang comes from friends / kind of media. Whatever I'm watching. So sometimes I do find this isn't really like slang term, but it is kind of like a little bit kind of like slang for like American, which is nani? Or baka, which is Japanese.
Those
so it's not
slang,
really slang.
It's Japanese.
But when you use it in an American way, and I guess that's kind of a big thing too, is to determine what we really decide is slang. I think slang is when you use kind of like a word in a way that's not really typical of what it usually is meant for. So for American to be like nani or baka, they're not usually saying it to speak to someone like in Japanese. They're saying it as
a meme.
Kind of like yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to get at, is that I recognize both of those. I recognize baka because of like... But that's more like an anime. I wouldn't call that a meme. And I wouldn't really call it slang either. It's a weird one. But as far as like nani, that's definitely a meme for me. It's the I don't remember. Ome wo shinderu. Nani? Swing! With the red eyes. That's from Fist of the North Star. It's a great one.
Slang is like anything, like I said, anything that is used and not in a typical way that it should be used.
Yeah.
Like a word that's not used in a typical way. Because I mean, like, I started to say like salty every once in a while, and I got that from you.
That is slang. Yeah, that is definitely a slang. That's gamer slang. So salt is when you're doing a video game and you've been trying it for 30 minutes and you're doing everything right, and this stupid thing comes in and messes you up. Like, oh, come on. That's salt. That's the beginning. The is the beginning of salt. When you throw the controller, that's because your salt levels have got too high. You've neglected your water intake. You gotta just get up, go get a glass of water. That's the best salt management strategy.
And some of them I've just picked up in other media. Like, I don't even remember. I know, like, a hard pass. That's slang. And that comes from, I think most of that comes from, like, Tinder. Or, like, Swerve. Or, like, there's even been, like, sometimes people left swipe.
Left swipe's definitely from, like, a Tinder reference, for sure. And
I don't know where I picked those up. So, I mean, some of this you kind of pick up on your own, I guess. And then some of the times, I, like, hear something and I'm like, what? I have to, like, Urban Dictionary it.
Would you say you are a trendsetter? Are you the one who comes up with the slang and passes it around? Or do you have a
I don't
specific...
think so.
Who comes to mind when I say trendsetter?
I guess I'm not close with any really trendsetters because no one really comes to mind.
For me, it's Joel.
Yeah.
You know Joel. He was the one that was usually... He'd get him from probably Twitter. He was pretty big on Twitter and some Reddit stuff. But yeah, like he's... Chach comes to mind. He just pulled up Chach. I don't know where he got it from. But it circulated. This was like 2012, I guess. And it's the definition is someone who thinks they're cool, but they're not cool. So,
and I can see him knowing that one and picking up and using it all the time, just because of the definition of it.
Yeah, and using it all the time. That's how you get something to stick. You annoy somebody until you blow their mind, and they're so frustrated that they just, fine, and then they just start using it. That's how you get a trend to go. And it's always like that with memes and stuff too. Like it's always the memes that I hate and that I end up using. It's like a whole like denial kind of thing. I saw a meme once. It was like using slang, hearing slang, hating it, using it ironically, using it unironically, can't stop, please send help.
Yeah. And
that's very much me.
Okay.
That was a tangent. I was trying to like draw something out of you, but just got an okay. Move on.
Oh, it's gonna be a short episode, Jacob. No tangents.
All right. What you got for us?
Reel you back in.
I will still tangent.
Okay,
It'll
let's
be
do this then.
a cold day in heck before I don't tangent on a podcast.
Okay, so for first one we have is Weesh.
A weesh.
Weesh.
Okay, a weesh.
You can take a guess?
Yeah, I'll take a guess. It's a woman leash. It's something you hold your woman on so you know she's not Snapchatting those other dudes. Is that a weesh?
No, not even close. So, weesh is weak, deserving of disdain or disgust.
Why don't they just say weak?
Weesh is more fun.
What's it? It's gotta, like, have a purpose. It can't just be more fun. Weesh?
Weesh.
No matter what he does, that guy's tricked out Pinto will always be weesh, I guess. I got one for you. It sounds like hesh. You know what hesh is? This is kind of a cool one. It's a skater term, and if you have a friend who will always do the crazy stunts, he'll jump off that 15-story thing and do a kickflip. And you know, he's going to break 4 bones and get sent to the hospital, but he's going to do it because he's straight hesh, and that's just who he is. It stands for, it's short for Hessian, which is like, some sort of, I forgot where they came from, but they were like a group of like soldiers or warriors that were crazy and would do everything. So if you're hesh, you're nuts in a good way. And I also realized that Skull Candy, who's very much into skater culture, their Hesh 2 headphones are very good, and I've always recommended them. Didn't know what Hesh meant until I learned it. Alright, sorry. That was a weesh story, bro. These are now going to be Don't You Know slang that you're just going to hear in all the future episodes, so I hope you're listening.
Weesh.
What's next?
Okay. This one you probably have heard. I feel like I have. I double checked on Urban Dictionary that it is what I thought it was. And it was, cuppa. Cuppa.
Cuppa? Is that like a cup of joe?
Close. Cup of tea.
Cup of tea. Okay.
And for the most part, that's kind of, I have a couple other ones, but they're all, I think most of them are like British slang terms. And a lot of them are not like completely appropriate.
British slang is a very good niche. I feel like there's like, very urban slang is a big niche. Military slang, jargon, the old TLAs, the 3-letter acronyms, if you will. Military has a ton of slang. There's so much that they just do just for fun. It's like to play with civilians, also to play with like the newbies, and then also to play with like the officers and stuff who won't know the NCO lingo and things like that. There's a ton of that. That's just so much fun. Mechanics have a ton of slang. There's grease monkeys, car culture, pretty much any like niche thing. Everybody has their own stuff. There's even like the super nerdy things, like Star Wars fans have their own lingo and stuff.
Okay.
That's a tangent. Yeah, please reel me back in.
I will reel you back in. So this is what we're going to do now. This one, actually no. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go up to browse, pick the letter of your first name.
Okay.
And then...
I'm just going to kind of wiggle the mouse around and click one at random. I got a bunch of, like, consonants. Oh, I missed. Hang on. Okay. How weird. I picked... Oh. My phone thinks I'm talking to her. I picked the one that was my initials, which is interesting.
Okay.
All right.
So, you going to make sure it's an appropriate one?
No,
and
I'm not.
Then go ahead and... okay.
I'm not going to do that. I'm just sure.
Okay, I picked one that was inappropriate, so I'm not doing that one.
I got one. All right. Here's one. Jinko jeans. Do you know what Jinko jeans are?
Jinko jeans. Okay, so I'm going to do a guess, and the same with mine. You'll have to, kind of guess what you think it means.
Okay. I actually know what these are before seeing them. I didn't know what they stand for, so I learned that, but yeah, tell me what they are and what they stand for. I'll give you a hint.
Oh, snap.
They're spelled JNCO.
They are skinny jeans, and they stand for compression.
Exact opposite. They're very, very baggy jeans.
Oh, okay.
Do you want more?
I was waiting.
Yeah, Jinko jeans it stands for, what do you think it stands for? So you're opposite, you're totally dead wrong on the guess, but what do you think they stand for?
They stand for holding your pants up.
No.
Wait, are you saying it's an acronym, and what does it stand? What do you mean by what does it stand for?
JNCO stands for
jumping never 'cause
You're exactly right. How did you know? It stands for judge none, choose one. These are jeans that were worn by, you've probably seen them. They're worn by goths, is how I know them. And I want to say they were also like 90s rap as well. I'm sending you a picture. They're not trip pants. I'm thinking of trip pants, kinda. They're kind of like trip pants minus all the belts and whistles and stuff.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen the jeans.
It's definitely a throwback to a specific style. Kind of funny. I never wore them, but I had friends who wore them, and it's a distinct style. So there you go. That was my random acronym. Oh, it says gigantic trousers for men and boys. That's the definition.
Let's see. I'm still see, the thing with mine is mostly names, and we don't want to do that because usually it's
those are lame. Bad. Oh, Jacob is a fantastic person that's so smart and caring, and he's the best guy ever. All right. The fact that you sat down and wrote this, Jacob, whoever you are, being said, I wish you'd change your name.
Okay, here's one, and you probably know what this is, but I like it. Rage quit.
Rage quit. Oh, that's an easy one. That's when you got too much salt.
Yup.
There's a random button.
There is a random button somewhere. Yeah.
It's at the top right. Looks like the shuffle button.
I know. A lot of times it gives you kind of inappropriate stuff.
Yeah, I just got one spicy one.
Okay, go ahead and keep going until you find one that's not that bad, and then we can do.
Yeah, it's just names. It's literally all names. Okay. Here's one. Wiggity wiggity whack. I like that one.
Okay, here we go. This one is Padality. Oh my god, I can't pronounce this one. Here, I'll send it to you. I'm just I don't know where to start and where to
Padiddle.
Padiddle.
It's like diddle, but with a pa. That sounds really bad.
Want to take a guess at what you think it means?
Oh, I just looked it up. I saw it. It's a game played in a vehicle. I didn't mean to. Alright, well, knowing that, okay, I'll try and ignore that. If I had to guess what padiddle was, I would say
you
it's
can still see a game played in the vehicle. Did you see what
two.
Game, though?
No, I didn't see what it was. I feel like if you're padiddling, you're just sitting around not doing anything. You're watching TV, but you're not even paying attention. You're just padiddling, you know? You're just on your phone, on Facebook, just scrolling, just kind of not doing anything. It says a game played in the car, so is it where it's you flick your friend's earlobe while he's driving?
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
It is when you spot another vehicle with only one headlight.
Ah, okay. It says there's a punishment for the last person who didn't say padiddle. You can make that whatever you want, I guess.
Here's one. Broad.
That's an old woman, ain't it? Or just a woman.
It's a less respectable than a lady.
Yeah.
Woman.
Going home to the broad. Look at that broad. Couldn't hit the broad side of a barn, because that's where all the women hang out. No, that's different.
Here we go. Might be.
Might be. Is that when you say it might be, but real quick?
It's kind of short for my bad.
Oh, might be. Of course, I use that all the time. Kindred spirits and neckbeard. You know what a neckbeard is?
That's where the beard's only on the neck, right?
Well, it's referring to a person.
Oh.
Who would have a neckbeard. But if you're online and you go, oh, you stupid neckbeard, do you know what they're talking about?
No, I don't, I guess, go online and have that problem.
A neckbeard, according to Urban Dictionary, I almost said Uber Dictionary, talkative, self-important, nerdy men, usually aged 30 and up, who, through an inability to properly decode social cues, mistake others' strained tolerance of their blather for evidence of their own charm. If you go to Google Images of the neckbeard, this is the first image you get. Oh, it's very blown up. And he is, like, an example of a neckbeard. If you're online and you're arguing with this guy, he's the guy that's gonna go, actually.
Oh, okay.
If you have a beard, you should always shave right under your chin. If you don't shave your neck, you have a neck beard. And it's not a good look.
Thank you. Very valuable information for me. Skirt. Skirt.
Skirt, skirt. That's when you dump the clutch. You peel out in the whip.
Kind of, yeah. So it says to leave quickly or fastly.
Also known as dumping the clutch. Dumping the clutch is slang, I guess. Because what you do is you hold the clutch in, you rev real high, and then you dump it, and it makes your engine going, and then your wheels go, your engine's real high, go, rah, 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 and then it hits the wheels and goes, and you skirt. Alright, we should probably get back on the discussion. I feel like we've done these a lot, and
what I was going to think for doing for most of the podcast is to do slang terms. Like, don't you know these slang terms?
Alright.
Oh, here's a good one that I'm pretty sure me and you both know, because I think this is from our time. Back in our day. Dankest.
Dankest. You want the dankest memes.
Is that... Actually, that straight up says dank meme refers to viral memes, which are cool, super funny, and epic.
But yeah, the dankest memes are going to be like the spicy ones that everyone's going to roll their eyes at, except for the normies will at your, at your dank memes.
I've never heard this one. Angles.
Angles. Is that Southern for the Ingles store? We're going to Angles.
Angles is someone who is ugly but takes pictures at different angles so that they look pretty.
Ah, they're a butterface.
This is an old one because it then says, then posts them on MySpace.
Oh wow, that is an old one. That's a boomer meme. That's not boomer. Do you know boomer and zoomer?
Yep. There's a lot of marijuana ones.
Yeah, because, like, you gotta have your slang. You can't just be, hey guys, you wanna come over and smoke some pot after school?
My G.
My G. My gangster. I'm a gangster.
It says my gangster or my close friend.
The gangster life is the life for me.
See, this is fun. When you get to the ones that aren't, like, completely horrible.
I like how we do my G, and then you go, this is fun. You're whiter than I am.
But, I don't think so. I'll find one more, and we can wrap up.
I just got one. I just pushed random, because I was sitting there bored thinking of some, and I pushed random, and you know what I got? It describes this podcast. It's Lit AF. You know Lit AF?
Aha! Lit is on fire! It's good.
It's lit as flip.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I know. You were saying you know what that means? It's like lit, like on fire, like
sometimes
good.
When I really want to emphasize, I'll say, man, it's lit AF as flip.
Is that one double. That you made, or is that like a different thing?
No, it's I don't think I'm the first person to do it.
Here's a good one after your thing. Meh.
Meh. That's not even slang. That's just a sound. Alright, I'm done. I'm slanged out. I'm tapping out. That's a reference. That's a slang.
Woo woo. Okay, thanks for listening to us, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. Us just going, man. Nope, inappropriate. Nope, inappropriate. Nope, inappropriate.
Thanks for bopping our tunes.
Please share, subscribe, follow. You can send us a tweet at don'tyouknowpod, or you can send us an email at don'tyouknowpod@gmail.com. Send us some of your slang, and I will probably have to Urban Dictionary it. Jacob probably will know what it means.
I'll know what it means. I'm with it.
Or he'll ask Joelle. Until next time, guys. See ya.
See ya. Let's bounce.